In this video, I will introduce jEPlus. jEPlus is a parametric tool designed specifically for EnergyPlus. It uses the standard toolkit provided by EnergyPlus and requires only the text input files to work. It is not as visual as Design Builder or Ladybug tools, and lacks the ability to create models in the first place. But it does give you the power to create and run large parametric projects very quickly, thanks to its simplicity. So how does it work? In the previous videos, we have looked at running shoebox analysis in Design Builder and in EnergyPlus directly. If you think about the process, they all involve making modifications to the model, running the simulations, and then comparing results. This iterative process is necessary when you are analyzing or debugging the models. But when you want to test many different design options, especially where multiple design parameters are involved, such manual process becomes too cumbersome. jEPlus automates the process. It takes the model input files and the definitions of your parameters and compile them into different simulation cases, run these simulations, and aggregates the results you're interested in into nice tables ready for you to peruse or present. We shall have a look at and see how quickly we can set up a project and get some results today. Let's use a very simple example to see how quickly we can get from downloading jEPlus to having the results back. There are some prerequisites. I have EnergyPlus v8.9 and the Java Runtime Environment version 8 installed. The model was created in Design Builder, and EnergyPlus model file exported and placed in a folder together with the weather file we are going to use. These are the parameters we are going to include in this example. So there are orientation, heating and cooling, set points, and those are the results we are interested in. Those are annual heating load and cooling load and the total discomfort hours. Okay, so let's start. First, I go to jEPlus.org to download jEPlus. Okay, make sure you extract the contents, not to run jEPlus directly from within the zip file. I'll copy the contents and put it on desktop. Okay, now I can go into the folder and start jEPlus by double-clicking on the jar file. The first time you run it, you see the splash screen. Okay, and it's the first time it asks you to select the EnergyPlus executables. So (8.9). Yeah, that's all fine. You can save the configuration. Now I can start creating the project. I'll select the weather file, the shoebox model, and I can see if this is indeed my shoebox model. Now I can start to add some parameters. The first one will be orientation. It's controlled by a field called north axis in EnergyPlus. That's our list of values. And we need to put that search tag into the model. And it's right here. See, north axis. It's in the building object. So replace the existing value with the search tag. Okay, now we can add the next one. It's a heating set point. The value will be from 18 at step 1 to 23. You got your values. And we need to put the heating set point search tag into the right place. And this time we need to find where it is. It's in a block somewhere. Let's search it. So it's in the heating set point schedule. So let's find where it is. So this is the actual object of the heating set point schedule, and you can see, so 12 is the setback temperature, and 22 is the actual set point temperature. So we need to put the search tag here to replace the current heating set point temperature. So there are a few places you need to replace, and that's it. And the cooling set point temperature is actually quite close by. So let's add a cooling set point. It's P. And this time the value range will be from 24 at step 1 to 28, let's say. We got 5 values there. And put the search tag in the place of the current value. Okay, so this is the cooling set point schedule. Okay. So we have finished defining the parameters and inserting the search tags into the model file. Now I can save the model, and the next thing I need to do is to do a test run. So I go to the execution tab and run the first job, and I'll just start running. I'll take no time at all. Okay. Now once it's finished, we can have a look at the results. So go to Action, View Results, go to Output folder. This is where the first result is, and we're interested in this file. Right. So that's the tabular output, and we'll collect those heating and cooling and discomfort hours from this table. Okay, the way to do it is go to Result Collection and use the CSV object and make a new one. And this is for collecting a particular number from the tabular report. Move this aside a bit. So the first field is from report, and that's annual summary report. From for field, that's the entire facility. From table, we need to go down a bit to find the end use. So that's the table name. From column, we get heating first, district heating. From row, it's heating. So this will identify that number to be collected by jEPlus. We need to give it a header so we will know what this column is once the table is generated, and we'll name it as a heating. So jEPlus will put the number into a separate CSV file in there. Now that's look good. We make a copy of this and do cooling as well. So district cooling. You can copy and paste those names from from here. See, that's exactly what I've typed. So you can come here and copy them, of course. So that's our cooling done. We made another copy. Now this time it will be discomfort. It's from the same report and from the same for field, and the table name will be different this time because the discomfort hours are towards the end here. So from this table, and the column is called facility hours, and the row is that. There. And we call it discomfort. Hours. Okay. Right. So we have our result collection part defined as well. Now it's a good time to save the project. I'll just call it a project. Okay. Now let's go to the execution tab and validate our project. You can see it tells you, okay, the project looks alright, and there are 240 different cases already included. Now we can run it. We can run all the cases of the project. It's a very quick model, so it really shouldn't take very long. Okay, it's done. Here are some information of what jEPlus have done during the process. But let's look at the results. So we go to Actions and View Results. And this is the summary table we're looking for. So it's called All Combined Results. Let's open it. Here we are. This is the aggregated results table jEPlus produced after running the parametric project. You can see the job ID column is a string uniquely identify each case. And then you can see the weather file is used in the simulation and the model file, and the parameter values for each case. The following columns are what EnergyPlus have done. So they all appear to have finished successfully and with some warnings and no errors. If you do see some errors, then you need to go check your model and see why it doesn't work for certain parameter values. Okay, let me hide this. The following columns are the results we're interested in. You can see the discomfort hours, the cooling and heating load. And if we add a filter, you can sort it and see the range. See, the discomfort hours in our case ranges from 5 hours a year to nearly 2,000. So quite a breadth of a range. And the heating and cooling load, as you can see, similar patterns. Okay, so in the next video we may discuss how to process this data and create some charts. But before we finish, I just want to say I have deliberately used a very simple case in order to show the process quickly. These parameters are the easiest to change because it involves only one field in the EnergyPlus input file. Things involves geometry will involve a bit more process to change. For example, the depth of overhang or the size of the window, and we'll cover them separately. That's it. Hope this will help you get started with jEPlus.